Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you step by step how to set up a Linux virtual machine on Microsoft Azure. We'll keep it short, simple, and beginner friendly. Let's jump right in. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go into the Azure Portal, which is portal.azure.com. If you have an account, great, log in to that account. If you don't, you can go to azure.microsoft.com/free and get a free account that will give you 30 days of some free services, as well as 12 months of virtual machine access as well. So we're going into your Azure account, assuming you have one. We're going to log in. We're going to go into create a resource, which can be found at the top here or on the left. I'm going to click it. And I'm going to go under infrastructure services, and we're going to go into virtual machine. Now, for the purposes of this demo, we're going to create a fairly small virtual machine. I don't believe you need a big powerful machine to run what is effectively a wrapper. So I'm going to create it in my subscription. And I'm going to create a resource group for this. I'll call this OpenClaw Demo as my resource group name. And I'm also going to give that virtual machine name as well. You can put this in any region convenient to you. Keep in mind that the American regions tend to be cheaper, but you can put it anywhere that is close to you. I'll select the defaults. Although I don't need this to be redundant, so I'm going to turn off infrastructure redundancy. Make sure you choose a Linux virtual machine, because this application runs best on Linux so far. And we're going down into a standard B2S machine, which is 2 CPUs and 4 gigs. B2S seems like a pretty safe one to choose. You'll see that it's running around $30 a month at this rate, so keep that in mind. Now, Linux authentication uses an SSL key, and so we're going to choose that. You're going to choose a username. It's given me Azure user. I'll keep it, and we're going to generate a brand new key that's going to download to our local machine for logging in. We'll keep the defaults. We're going to have to allow SSH port access in order for us to access it. Now, we're not going to open port 80 or 443 just yet. If you want this to be publicly expandable, that's up to you. But we're going to strictly access this through SSH for safety reasons. Keep in mind, so far, this is a demo product and there is no safety and security guaranteed. We're running this privately and securely. So I'm going to leave the default disks here. We don't need to create anything additional yet. It's going to create a brand new virtual network. Now we are going to need a public IP so that we can access it from our local machine to SSH into it. We'll leave all the defaults here. I do like to choose the delete option. If the VM gets deleted, we don't need the IP and the NIC. Skipping ahead, we'll leave defaults here. You could have it shut down if you wanted, but let's just leave it running. I tend to disable boot diagnostics to save on storage. We'll leave all of that default. We're not going to install anything on the Advanced tab, and we're going to go into Review and Create. So this is going to create for us a Linux virtual machine on Microsoft Azure. If you are on the free plan, there are free options available. When I click the Create button, it's going to offer me to download the security key. I will need to do it because I won't be able to log in. So I download the private key and save it to my local machine. And we're going to let that run. This typically creates pretty quickly. All right, that was it. I'm going to say go to resource. The way I'm going to connect to this is you go under the Connect tab, and it's going to give you an SSH key, and I'm going to copy it. Remember, we downloaded the private key as a file. Now, how you access the terminal depends on your operating system. I'm using Windows 11, and I'm going to use PowerShell 7. We're going to take the command given by the portal, and we're going to replace the private key file path with the path to the file we downloaded. I happen to have that in my clipboard, so I'm going to say paste and hit enter the first time I connect and accept the security certificate. And now I'm logged into this machine. I'm logged in not as the root user, but as the user I selected called Azure user. I'm part of the admin group. I prefer to operate this by creating a third user to install everything we need. If anything ever goes wrong, I can delete that user. This having another user allows for the most safety. We'll do that in the next video. You've just learned how to create and connect to a Linux virtual machine on Azure. If this helped, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.